Alright, so in this video you will learn about track versus region automation, how to write automation, how to edit automation, delete automation that you no longer want, and finally how to record automation, meaning automating with your faders and knob on your MIDI keyboard and so on. So let's dive in here. I've recorded a simple bass line here on the retro synth, which sounds like this. Now, let's say you want to record automation for, let's say, the cutoff, the filter here. So, well, how do you actually write that automation? Well, first you need to go into automation mode if you want to write it in the sequencer. So click A to open up automation. And now you can see here that you have actually cutoff already selected, but otherwise retro synth, and then you find filter cutoff right there. Now we have it there. You can simply click here in the region. And by the way, watch out what is selected. Is it track automation, meaning that you can actually automate on the tracks selected? Or as I personally prefer for writing automation on parameters, switch this to region, so you only record automation on this region. So left click here, left click, double click there, for example, and add something like this. Now I have that automation going. As you could hear there, let's start even lower. So start at the sub bass and go up like that. Make it really obvious like so. Now the benefit of region automation is that if I move this region, it moves with it. So, and it doesn't go outside the boundaries here. So that is how we can write automation. Another way to write automation is, instead of the sequencer, is to select this, click E or P to open up the piano roll. I always use E for editor. And then down here you have, it automatically select region automation here in the piano roll. You can switch automation modes here. What do you want to automate? So how do you switch between different automation? Well, you can use Command Y to shift between the different things that are automated for this region. In this case, it's simply note velocity and retro synth cutoff. And you can also use that parameter outside here in automation. Click A and then Command Y to shift between all different settings. So here you can actually click this little arrow to open up a new setting that you want to automate. This is the cutoff. Click the plus sign here to have, let's say, automate retro synth. Let's say the filter. Let's do the resonance and add something like so, like a high peak there, and then goes down again. And it sounds like this then. So I actually automated both of those parameters. Let's see if you can actually see. Yep, you can see everything in here. And now you can actually X this out, bam and bam. So let's close that. So you can simply click A, go in here, and it selects velocity by default here, and then Command Y shifts between all the different used automation lanes. So cutoff, and then Command Y again, resonance, and then back to note velocity. So you can actually shift between them. This means you don't have to go in here and click. I really recommend you to learn A to shift to automation mode and back again, and then Command Y to scroll between the different lanes. And this works as well here in the piano roll editor. So if you go here, click this, click E to open it up, click A to open up automation lane here in the piano roll. Again, Command Y, because here you get a bigger surface area to actually go in and adjust the settings. So how to edit automation? Well, it's a simple matter of just left-clicking one point and holding it while you drag, like so. Double-click to add a new point, like so. Another one if you want. So you can actually go in and edit, and you can do it here as well. Click A. Command Y to shift to the lane you want to automate or edit, and do like whatever you want to do in the editing mode, like so. And then how do you actually delete automation? Well, if you double click in a node like this, it is deleted. As you can see, it changes the curve depending. And you can double click again to add a new node, double click to delete it. Let's say you want to delete everything. Well, if you hold down the Option key while you click, let's say this one. If you only click without Option key, it just selects that node or point. If you hold down Option key while you select, let's say this one, it selects that one and all the following. So if I have lots of nodes here, like so, let's zoom in so you can actually see what I'm doing. If I now select that, hold Option, it selects that and all the following. So now I can make changes to these, as you can see. And if I hold down Option key and double click, that is the best thing. It selects everyone. Now you can click backspace or delete and everything gets removed. Or you can use the command if you go into here, mix, delete automation, delete visible automation on selected track, which is Control, Command, and backspace, which I recommend you to learn. Control, Command, and delete. So that means that whatever is visible, but this is, by the way, on the entire track, which you have to be careful. So if you have two regions like this, it will actually delete the automation on all of them. What is visible, meaning if I shift here to the resonance, let's say I want to remove all resonance automation, Control, Command, backspace, and it's gone, but the cutoff is still there. Which is why I usually use the Option and double click and then selecting the automation, or use the piano roll editor, the same in here, Option, double click. Wait, why doesn't it work? Oh, you need to go out the automation lane there. Now, Option, double click, and everything is selected, and I can delete it if I want to. And finally, how to record automation, not going in here and actually writing it in with your mouse, but actually recording it. Well, if this is now set to region, you can actually change the read mode to one of the recording modes, touch, lash, and write. I recommend, as a starting point, you always go for touch, which means that when you touch it, it automates the whatever parameter you have assigned it to. But you, of course, need to assign what does, for example, the mod wheel do. First, you open up the smart controls to map the controller, click B, then you go to the I here, and this smart control will be different depending on what plugin or track you have it on. Then let's say you want to map this one. Click that knob, click Learn, and move your fader, and now that is mapped to the mod wheel. Then click Learn again. I can close the smart controls. Now this is mapped to the cutoff. So I can actually record now the cutoff filter. As you can see. Now that is recorded. Now, as a bonus, I also want to show you why I prefer region-based automation compared to track-based automation. So I have this little clip I recorded and duplicated, so this is 3 times the same clip.
Hello, hello, hello.
Sounds like a stuck record there, but anyway, click A to open up the automation, and you see it's defaulting to track automation, so you can actually record automation like this if you want to. But as you can see, this would get very
hello, hello, hello.
Very tedious if you choose to move around this. It becomes a hassle compared to if now I hold down Option, double click to select everything, and then Option, click the fader to get it to 0 again. So these are back now.
Hello.
Now instead I want to switch to region-based automation and check out this. Now I can simply click here anywhere, drag with the mouse down. Let's say we start on -10 dB. Let's in fact, whoops, let's do it like this and then go up. Whoops. I just want to have it there like so. So it's actually increasing in volume. So you can have different settings on each clip.
Hello, hello, hello.
And now, check what happens if I move that over there. Nothing here. It moves perfectly in the grid with the region. That's why I prefer region-based automations. You can have, for example, let's say this is a crash symbol or a powerful hit or whatever. You can actually go in and set different levels in different stages of your track, depending on how loud you want it at that moment. Do you want to level up your skills in music composition, production, and sound design? Then check out my online video courses on my website professionalcomposers.com. Level up your skills to maximize your music productions.